The number one problem with modern women. I did a video called One Thing They All Have in Common, and that was women's inability to keep a man. But now I'm gonna go into basically why that is, right? And this video is the number one problem with modern women, and that problem is that they don't know how to serve. Okay, they don't know how to serve. Um, it always used to blow my mind, right? I'd be sitting in high school. I'd be in like the 10th grade, right? I'd be in like, my science class or whatever. And I'm looking to my left and I'm looking to my right, and I see women on both sides of me. And I'm like, why are we all in the same class? Why are we all doing the same thing, right? If I'm learning how to get a job and she's learning how to get a job, who's learning how to cook? You see what I'm saying? If I'm bringing home the bacon and she's bringing home the bacon, who's keeping the house clean? Who's cooking? Who's making me feel like a man when I come home from work? Who's making me feel like a king when I come home from work? You see, women forgot how to serve. They've been brought up to become mediocre men, right? The problem is the standard of what being successful in America, and I've said this in multiple videos, but the standard of what being successful is still masculine, right? Getting jobs and careers is masculine. Making money, bringing home the bacon, that's masculine. Going out and hunting the mammoth and bringing it home for your kids to eat, that is masculine, right? So why are women going to school to learn how to become mediocre versions of men? What is that? Who's cooking dinner? Who's keeping the house clean? Who's making sure the kids have their nails filed and have their faces clean and are wearing nice clothes? Who's keeping that in order? Keeping the house in order is very important. It's the woman's equivalent of a man bringing home the bacon. You know what I'm saying? So women are wondering why men aren't marrying you because you don't know how to serve. Okay, I don't want to marry a mediocre man. Okay, I don't want to marry someone who has my mentality, who can't even do what I do as good as I do. You see what I'm saying? If I wanted to marry a man, I would be gay. Okay, and frankly, if I was to turn gay, I'd probably get more cooperation from gay guys anyway. You know what I'm saying? They actually seem to like when they make fake dating profiles to like I'll be on like Tinder, right? And dudes will make dating profiles pretending to be women, and then they'll match with me because I swipe on everyone because it's faster that way. And they'll be like, "Hey, beautiful, how you doing?" I'm like, "Damn right, I am beautiful." Now, of course, I'm not gonna be with a gay guy. That's just not my thing. But it's like, damn, at least they know how to like give some sort of flattery. I want to feel like a man. I want to feel like a king here. Women, you'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" They'll be like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh God." They're so masculine, bro. They think they have to be so rugged. It's just disgusting. Like, dude, when a girl texts me and she's like, "Bruh" or "Dude," I'm like, "Oh God, that is so That's so not feminine." And when women swear, that's a huge turn off to me. When women are f-bomb this, f-bomb that, it's just they don't know how to serve, man. And the thing is, right, a relationship is not a 50-50 partnership. A relationship is an 80-20% partnership, right? Because men, we are 80% logic, 20% emotion, right? Women are 80% emotion, 20% logic. So why should a creature that is only 20% logic have the right to make 50% of the logical decisions in a marriage? That doesn't make any sense. That makes zero sense. You have 20% logic, but you have the authority to make arguably even more than 50% of the logical decisions. Because you have the power to leave me and take my kids and take my money. So actually, you probably have about 70% of the logical power, yet 20% of the emotion of the logic to even use it with, right? You have 70% of the logical power, really, and your brain can only handle 20% logic. That doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. Women, we're not marrying you anymore because you don't know how to serve. You've been brainwashed to think men are attracted to college degrees and to women that act like them. When women say bruh and dude and, yeah, fam and all this talk, they think we think this is hot. I've been out with girls who are cute, right? And they'll burp in the car and be like, "Excuse me." And I'll be like, "That was disgusting. You need to what the hell is wrong with you?" They'll be like, "What? I thought guys like it when we burp." I'm like, "Hell no." Like, these girls are actually being brought up to think this stuff is cute, like burping and farting and like, they dress real cute and feminine because they know that's what we like physically, but they think acting like dudes is what they need to do to, like, it's like the cherry on top, like that's what we want. That couldn't be farther from the truth, okay? The only women that have ever made me, I guess you can say, fall for them were the most feminine, submissive, loving ones. The only women that I ever, like, I'm like, dude, I need that in my life, were the ones that never raised their voice. They never swore at me. They never, they never challenged my manhood, they never challenged my authority. Those are the women. That's the alpha female. The alpha female is not the one that's like, bro, dude, fam, no, that's garbage. That's trash. Okay, the alpha female is the one that says, how was your day, honey? I'd love to, make that pot roast for you. Oh, the house is clean, the kids are clean, everything's good to go. I was thinking after dinner we could watch a movie together. Bro, oh my God, I'll put 10 rings on her finger. You know what I'm saying? I'll put 20. Her hand, you won't even see her fingers anymore. There'll be so many rings on it. But of course, not a single woman knows how to act like that. So it's never going to happen. They want to compete. They want to climb the corporate ladder. They think it's a 50-50 relationship. The problem with 50-50 relationships, even with men, right? One person always has to have more power than the other. Because as long as both people have 50% power, the first disagreement is going to cause a power struggle, and then they're going to be attacking each other with both of their 50% power. That doesn't work. The man has to have 80% of the power. The woman has to have 20. In some cases, 10%, honestly. 80-20 is good. In some cases, it needs to be 90-10. Straight up. Okay, it's never going to work when we have this 50-50 power struggle between men and women. It's always going to be a tug of war, and she needs to be brought up to serve. Back in the 50s, 40s, 50s, they had books, right? I was watching an M. Crafts video. He was reading a book made for women, by women, in like a woman's magazine, in like the 1950s equivalent of Cosmo. It was like how to keep your husband happy, how to keep the house clean, how to keep the kids clean. When he comes home from work, let him vent. When he comes home from work, have his favorite meal prepared. Listen to him. It's like, yes, this is what we need. We don't need mediocre men, okay, with your little power suits looking like Hillary Clinton, with the shoulder pads. We don't need that. We need submissive, feminine, loving women that still have home ec skills, still know how to clean, still know how to cook, be submissive. That's what we want. So that's the number one problem with modern women, is they do not know how to serve.